non-Newtonian. Shear stress, eta, the function of temperature, pressure, and shear strength, and also shear stress. This addition that we call the shear strength is also the influence factor of your viscosity. But some of the fluid is look like this one. But this one, this behavior is different from this 3-1. Alright? It look like this. Addiction right here. Tunnel. Tunnel is this one. Prisma. Here. We call it tunnel. You mean that your shear stress. If you want your shear stress to be changed with your shear strength rate, your shear stress, initial stress should be sufficiently high. This value should be over this tunnel value. This tunnel value is dependent on the material. Meaning like this table, apply the force, they have deformation. But is over deformation? No. The shear strength is not always created until we apply the load is larger than the critical value. This critical value is this tau naught. You mean that your shear stress should be large enough to overcome this value, then your material will have a shear stress and shear strength rate change. OK， 你的这个值一定要大过这个 tau naught 的这个 value， 从这段到这段，这个时候你的 shear stress 才会有变化。就像一个桌子，我力量不够的话，它不会产生变形，它不会变形。你要调力量大到某个程度。所以这个通常会发生在 solid， 好，所以这个叫冰痕 solid， 冰痕 solid，like the plastic injection，OK， they have some course 就是 injection， 就是我们的这个射出成型 ，OK， 射出成型 ，OK， 这都是 material。Like the melting plastic material, right? You like a fluid, also look like something like the behavior like the solid. Okay, so plastic injection. Okay, right. So this is Bingham plastic, or Bingham solid. Okay, so this is with that shear strength rate behavior. Okay, shear strength rate. Okay, so the model for those kind of model, I think it is over 30. The whole model. They depend on the material. Okay, so there's a lot of different kind of the shear strength rate model for your material. Okay. So here is not provided those model. Okay. Then now finally we try to introduce final. Here we have viscosity index. Viscosity index is developed by Davis. 这个 model viscosity index we call the VI. Briefly we call the VI. We call the viscosity index. Viscosity index is also allow us to evaluate the behavior of it. You mean that this viscosity index is defined for the temperature change with your sample time viscosity. Sample time is viscosity is in terms of the unit to be the second only, right? If the sample time is long, you mean that this viscosity is high, right? If the sample time is low, is small value, you mean that your viscosity is thin. 你的这个 sample time 越长，代表你的粘度越大。sample time 的时间越短，你的粘度就越稀。Okay, alright? Okay. Then we define the viscosity index. Look like this one. Here they have two kind of the standard oil. This standard oil, the upper one, we give the viscosity index. 这个上面这条线 the viscosity index we give it to be the 0, meaning the grade is 0. Another is just 100, the low one. The viscosity equal to 100%. Alright? So it changes from the 100% to 0%. The upper one, give you this is the Pennsylvania oil. This Pennsylvania oil is defined for this one. And then this one is Texas oil. Another we call the Texas oil. Or Texas or California oil. There's some kind of oil. This oil, from here to here, is from 38 degrees to 100 degrees centigrade. Okay? From this temperature to this temperature, the viscosity from here changes to this one. Then here to here is just from here to here. After the same temperature rise, but the change is relatively small. So from this to one, they give us the base. This base, the upper one, we give the base. We allow the viscosity index, we call the VI, is the 0 value, 0%. Here is a California and Texas or Texas oil. Here, this oil is not sensitive to the temperature because the change from here to here. Okay? You'll find that it's a very small change, relatively small change. For compared with the other oil, the change is very small. We can say that it's very small, right? So in that case, this one, we give the viscosity index is just 100%. So VI, what is VI? VI we can say it is the indicator of the depletion rate of the viscosity. This index also very popular in the commercial application, in commercial use. 我们往往用这个粘度的一个指数 ，VI. When you purchase some lubricant, you'll find that they have the VI value listed in the label. Okay, so in that case, the viscosity index, first viscosity index. In general, if VI value increase or it become large value, you mean the depletion rate this VI value is used to describe the viscosity depletion rate due to the temperature, Okay, some of the oil is very sensitive to the temperature. In this case, the VI value is low. If some of the oil from here, from 38 to 100, the same temperature, the upper one, we give this is just this upper one, the viscosity temperature. The viscosity index is very small value. It's the mean data. This kind of oil is very sensitive to your temperature rise. But to the low one, you'll find that, the temperature sensitivity is not so large. Okay, compared with the lowest one for the Texas California oil. In this case, we define the viscosity is 100%, mean the one. All right. Most oil, they are just located between the 0 and the 100 value. Okay. So you purchase the oil merely give you the percentage value. All right. The percentage value is just always between the 0 or 100. If this value is large, it means that this lubricant is not sensitive to your temperature. 你的这个 VI 值越大，代表你这个油的这个粘度对温度的一个敏感度是相对来讲是比较小的。这个值越小，那就对温度越敏感。Okay, so the VI value is very important. It's telling you the sensitivity of this oil to your operating temperature. 你的温度对你的油的粘度的敏感度，这是一个非常 important factor in the application. Okay, you wish that your oil operating at high temperature still have a high viscosity. High viscosity, because high viscosity allow you have the higher load capacity. Higher load capacity. Your load capacity is very is linear, not linear proportion. It's almost proportion to your viscosity. Okay. So temperature is how the sensitivity of the temperature to your viscosity. You can use the VI to express it, to represent it. Right. So most of the lubricant you purchase may be between 0 to 100. Right? Okay. So how to evaluate your lubricant? VI value. The second and the third class, in general, I hope that I get over early. Okay, so we don't have the 10 minutes break between the second lecture and the third lecture. All right, here. Last one. At 100, all the oil may be almost at the same viscosity. Okay, most oil, all right? Their box are almost the same point. This is just represent to show the behavior, but it is not the real one. Okay, the real data, you will find that if your temperature at high temperature, the viscosity almost at the same value. Okay, but if at a low temperature, you'll find that the viscosity different. It depends on your oil you use. Okay. 所以在低温的时候油会有差异，在高温的油的时候，我们就会怎么样？几乎没有什么差异。在100度的时候。好，下面这个 table 就是，你看看这个是在100度的时候，100度的时候，它的这个值，这个就是 viscosity data index data， 我们的这个。先看这个东西，我们的 viscosity, the definition of the viscosity index is in terms of the percentage, percent, alright? It's like this way, this value. This expression allows you to determine the VI value. Here we have the low bar and the H bar. These two values are evaluated at 100 degree. Okay. This low bar and the H bar, they give the expression. 它们的定义是这样 ：stable universal viscosity of the reference oil of of the low VI. Alright? Let me give the last one. Here we put the low bar. If your index is equal to 0, in this case, the viscosity stable time at 30 degrees at low temperature, we call this value called the low bar. Here we call the H bar. Okay, this is defined for the high viscosity index. Okay, alright. So we have a low bar H bar. Alright. Here, this low bar H bar also depends on the you see， 在38度的时候 ，at low temperature, we have a H bar and a low bar. Okay, this low bar and H bar is dependent on the your oil behavior. Okay, at the 100 degree, the temperature, the viscosity for all the oil, they are just grouped together. 我们在这一个100度的时候。 所有的油几乎都在同一个电点，但是呢，在这一个低温的时候，它会有一个最高的值跟最低的值。这个是我们的 reference 这个 base 的一个 value。Because your oil is always between the high and the low value，OK， 在 low temperature 的时候，你的油，对不起，记忆在这个地方。 所以这个值跟这个值是固定值，这个值跟这个值啊 ，these two values are constant value. Okay, your oil you want to measure always between the 100 and the 0 degree, zero viscosity index. Okay, so you want to determine your oil when you got some oil, then you want to determine your viscosity index. This viscosity index at a low temperature always between this value and this value. One is we call the H bar and the low bar. Okay, this is your this. Okay, and then after the 100 degree, this is dependent on your stable time at the 100 degree temperature. We have what we call the X bar value. Then this X bar value it depends on the let me give it the not easy to describe. Here viscosity index, 我们有这个 L bar H bar，L bar H bar is come from the table, right? Okay, all right. Here X bar is just related to your oil you provide you all right? You obtain this value is X bar value. Let me we can use this equation to obtain the viscosity index of your oil. All right? Okay. You give some oil. Let me give you the sample. Okay. This example give you how to obtain the viscosity for the provided oil. All right? You will say that there is unknown oil. They have a stable universal viscosity. It is this 2,750 SUV. It is time. Okay, SUV is just a stable time. All right. At this degree, at 38 degree. Okay, this is the provided information for the unknown oil you want to measure. Okay, you want to measure by this equation to obtain the viscosity of this unknown oil. All right, and then at 100, they have this 120 stable time. All right, at the 100 degree. Okay, this one is X value. Because this is unknown value, but we from the test at this degree, we have the stable time. All right, this stable time is just the X value. All right, but this one, if you have 100 degree, you have the 120 stable time is this value. This give the information to use that table to obtain the L and the H, alright? So we use this table. This is the X value for this one. And then this 120 stable time at 100 degrees, then we use this one. 120. Okay, this one. We have the H value is this one, and the L value is this one. Okay, so these two values obtain the H bar and the L bar. Okay, this is used to define the viscosity index. 我们有这个 H value 跟我们 L value， 就可以带到那个式子里面去，得到我的 stable time. Okay, so in that case, here at 38 degree, we have the H bar value, and then L value is this value. And so you put it in here. And then our X value is, what is the X value? X value tell me 38 degree is measure to obtain this value. This value is available for this unknown oil you want to measure. Okay, so this, what is this one? This is X value. Okay, so put the H and the L value into this equation. Also, you have an X bar. X bar value just this value at 38 degree. Okay, so in this case, we obtain your viscosity index is 50%. 50%. Okay, it's a day between 0 and 100. Alright, so 0 and 100 are the lubricant in the nature or in the manufacture. They found that the most the largest oil and the smallest oil decreasing rate, they obtain these two kind of oil as the base. And then the oil between these two standard, these two base oil, is just the lane between this 0 and then 100 value of the viscosity index. Okay, so you use this equation. This is obtained from your major oil, and the L bar and the H bar is just you have a 100 degree, because at the 100 degree, all the index, all the viscosity are grouped together. They are almost the same. All right. So you have the H bar and the L bar. This is just from the table. Okay. So from this example, and then use this equation, you can determine the oil viscosity you need. All right. So this example allow you to understand how to use this equation to obtain the viscosity index. This viscosity index is used to describe how is the decreasing rate of the viscosity due to the temperature increase. All right. Okay. Is it sensitive or not sensitive? You can use the viscosity index. All right. So when in the future, when you work in outside, you got the oil, you get the viscosity index. First, the physical sense of this VI value is mean that the decreasing rate of the viscosity due to the temperature rise. Okay. If this VI value is low, it means that this viscosity is very easy to get the low value when temperature rise. If this VI value is high, it means that this value is not so sensitive, is insensitive to the oil temperature rise. Okay, so this is a different kind of the parameter I introduced in this chapter, allow you to work outside or you work in different area, allow you to identify the physical sense of this lubricant. Okay, so this is today we have the material introduce some of the parameters. Now we have the homework. Okay, now we start here. Homework is that. Homework. If we take this course, chapter 2, right? The homework you have to submit. Okay, today they have okay, yeah. 什么年呢？OK， 好，对，还有什么题 ？OK， then you can the other people show or submit for me for the chapter 1 next week, and then this homework of this chapter is there. Okay, so 2 weeks late. I hope that all the homework for it. I hope that you have to submit it on time. All right. Don't accumulate. If your homework is just delayed to the final term of this semester, you will find it's very hard for you to finish all the homework. Okay, because the later chapter there's a lot of mathematics. Okay, there's a lot of mathematics. There are a lot of derivations in the mathematical expression. So in that case, it's not easy to handle it. All right. Right. So we stop here. Thank you.